What's up, everybody? This is Jay, and this is my Insecure Season 4, Episode 9 recap for Low-Key Trying. Now, this is coming down to the next to last episode of the season, and we're going to finally see Issa and Molly come together. But are they going to actually get together and make up, or is it going to be some more drama? We'll see. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, bang that bell so you're notified when I drop a video, and if you like it, please hit that like, recommend it to others. Let's get into it. Now, we see that Issa and Lawrence are back together and they love that damn couch, and we see they've been making googly eyes at each other back and forth, and one thing lead to another, and next thing you know, he tasting the chocolate, and it seemed that they are having a good time. They eating Chinese food, they having little wet stains all over the couch, one place after another. Pretty soon that couch is gonna be moist. Anyway, we'll see that they having just regular relationship like most people, and it seems that it's good times. And then we see that while they was chilling, she get a text from Nathan, and he wondering if she's still around, and so she don't want to mess up what they got going now and a lot of things, and so she tells him, hey, I got this friend, we used to mess around, but now we just cool. He wanted me to help move. Is that cool? What's going on? What is this? And he like, oh, I got you sprung like that. And so they pretty much play it off, and it's all good. Meanwhile, we see Molly finally getting some help. She talking to her therapist, and she telling her pretty much, hey, Molly, anytime you feel somebody wronged you, you just put up your wall, shut down, and they wrong, and it's all on them. But do you want to be right all the time, or do you want to be in relationships? It's on you. She like, damn, okay, just let me know then, okay? Anyway, we see later on that Issa's at home working, and she's pretty much got a lot of stuff going on in her life with getting back with Lauren and the business and all this stuff, and Nathan. And so she decides she want to talk to somebody. She tried to call Kelly. Kelly ain't answering, but got a funny voicemail in Spanish and English. She ended up calling her crazy brother, who pretty much is no help at all. I mean, he was eating some spicy jerk chicken at the time. It wasn't that much to talk. Dude had to keep bringing him water, but he pretty much agreed with whatever she says. So she want to call Molly. She decided to call Molly. Molly answered the phone. She like, you know what? I miss you, girl. I think we should get back and this and that, and plus I got all this stuff going on. I'm back together with Lawrence and this and that. And then she like, typical Issa, always here when it's for you, this, that, and the other. And she snaps her. She like, oh, damn, maybe I shouldn't call her. But she called her anyway. But Molly was in therapy, so she get the message, leave a voicemail. So anyway, they got some little brunch date set up. She nervous like it's the first date or something, and she talking with the waitress about bringing the mimosas or whatever. Molly shows up, they give a little fake hug, and Molly just goes straight to looking at the menu, not trying to talk or communicate or nothing. And so Issa's trying to bring up little stuff and talk, and Molly is giving short answers, and then they do talk a couple little laughs about different family issues, but nothing serious. They break out the mimosas, get their little sip on, and then they leave, and Issa like, I love you, girl. And then they give another little fake hug in a way, but it's more fake because Molly not embracing anything really. And so when she come home, she talking, and Notorious MSG, he get off the phone, and he real cool dude. I like Andrew. And he's like, so what happened? And she said, well, I went there. He like, so it's all good? She like, no, we didn't talk about nothing. He say, well, did you bring it up? She like, no, I was there, so that's enough. It's on her. He like, I mean, if it bothered you, I mean, you could have brought it up at least. I mean, I'm on your side. But she like, I know you miss her. She say, only thing I'm missing is LaToya, okay? I ain't trying to hear that. So she's not valuing Issa's relationship or the attempts that she's trying to make at all. And so Issa's sitting there, she's getting her next event scheduled, and her friend is a trip. She got a little she says she on a high carb diet, trying to get thick for the summer. Got waffles in her purse with hand warmers, whatever. Anyway, she putting together her next function, and she talked with Lawrence, he in San Fran, and she said that his interview went well. She told him that she met up with Molly. He like, oh, how'd that go? She happy. She thinking one way, like, oh, it was great. Molly wasn't feeling that way. Anyway, we see her going to meet up to help Nathan, and the whole time she's walking there, she's trying to decide how she's gonna greet him and try to give him a hug, and she try to pull a little Jackie Chan Shanghai Nights little move and avoid the hug or whatever. And so she's feeling in an awkward space because now she back with Lawrence and she trying to help. Whenever he come next to her, she try to go to the other room. And so while they were talking, she pretty much told him, hey, look, I know this is weird, but I'm back together with my ex and this and that. And after he was kind of being cool with her, telling her that he bought the barber shop and her hustle inspired him. And then she say that, and now he like pull away, like kind of giving a little smirk laugh, like, I thought you was done with that. He seemed sometimey. She like, nah, he ain't sometimey, but at least he pick up the phone instead of disappear. And he like, well, look, I'm bipolar. I found that out. And that's what was really going on. So meanwhile, we see that Molly is coming home with takeout. Andrew thought she was going to bring Indian. She like, well, I don't want that. I decided I'm going to get the Chinese. So it's like always her way on everything. But he let it be. And so she's like, what about the basketball game your brother got tickets to? He like, yeah, it was great. But I mean, he invited us. I had to lie and say you was at work. She like, I didn't say lie. And he says, but I mean, that's my brother. What, you never gonna see him again? She's saying, so before they could really get into that, Issa and Nathan show up. And so they're like, look, we're going to be out your way soon. We just came to get a couple things a little early and we gone. And so Andrew giving her the look like, say something, try to make it work. So she like, you know what? You all don't have to stay. We got plenty of takeout. You can stay. And so he's like, well, I don't know. We already didn't eat nothing. So, I mean, it would be kind of cool. Nathan gave her the look like, don't play. So later we see that they eating, drinking or whatever, having a good time, conversating, talking about the apartment. Nathan, she like, his apartment is hella nice. Remember my first apartment, Molly? It was horrible. We had the stain on the floor. They looked like Suge Knight. Yeah. And so they like, man, I used to play this drinking game where you got to guess the celebrity height. And if you wrong, you got to drink. Molly didn't want to do it, so he's like, oh, never mind, that's okay. She like, no, let's do it. They need to experience it. I guess she realized she was being the party pooper. And so they start playing the little game or whatever. Everybody picked the wrong height, lose, and so they go to drink. And so they like, man, we need to refill. So he said, it's just another one. So Andrew go to get the other drink. He give her the look like, there you go, you doing good. She happy. So she tried to text him like, yeah, see, I'm trying with her. Except her dumb ass sent it to Issa. And so Issa like, I think this wasn't meant for me. Molly get the text, and now she realized she done messed up. He come back with the drinks. Issa like, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm about to go. And so she walk out. And so everybody wondering what's going on, this and that. Molly come out, Issa, what's up? And she's saying, I mean, that's what I want to know. I mean, I didn't know it was so hard for you to be my friend, this and that. I thought we was cool. She like, we ain't even talked about nothing. And she says, but that's because it's never you want to talk about nothing. And then she told Issa, maybe we ain't in the same place. Who you are now and me don't work. And she was like, okay, and got in the car and left. And so Molly was feeling a little hurt that Issa said, okay, but if you said that who you are and who I am don't work, what did you want her to do? Fight for your love? Like y'all was in a loving sexual relationship? I don't know. It's time for real talk. Now, I think that this whole situation could have been avoided if Molly would have just been upfront with her friend from the get-go. If she would have said, hey, look, I really like Andrew. I ain't been in a relationship this long or whatever. I want to try to focus on it. And just kept it real from the get-go. When she said that she didn't want to involve herself with asking Andrew for the favors or whatever, she did not say, don't ask my man or don't involve my man or this or that. She just said she didn't want to get involved. And so she's upset that Issa asked somebody else and they was able to still get it done for her. And Molly feels like you sabotaged or took something from her. But she didn't want her man. She was just getting the help what friends would normally do. Molly is the one that was changing and pulling away. And so that was the problem in that relationship. And if they would have just been upfront from the get-go, then I think they could have avoided all of this stuff. and all of this. Like they said, they've been off for a while because they haven't been communicating, and Molly has been trying to deal with Andrew for a while, so I guess she can't really juggle too many personal relationships, and that's fine, but at least just be upfront with each other and other people in your life so that they can understand and won't be upset. Because if that doesn't work out with her and Andrew, she'll be left with nobody in her life, and then she'll be the one trying to make up with Issa. Now, I admit, when Issa did reach out to her and invite her, they didn't talk about nothing, but that's on Molly too. So if I had a problem with somebody and they reached out to me to come and meet up, then they at least made half the steps. So at least now that I'm there, if I got a problem, I can bring it up. So it takes two. You can't make that one person do everything. Molly always sees it as one way, that is either her way, and if it wasn't her way, then everybody else is wrong. And that's one thing a therapist even pointed out. Whether it's your father, your friend, your lover, whoever, it's that either you're right or they're wrong, and you're done with people, and it doesn't always work that way. And that's a good example for us all to live off of, is that everybody makes mistakes. We should all give people chances for different reasons. Now, I mean, if they tried to kill you, I don't know how many chances you want to give them to succeed, but we'll see. In the end, I hope they all maybe work out, go their separate ways, or stay together but be happy. And that's what's most important, I think. I want to thank you all for watching. Thank everybody that support me at Patreon, at my live channel, and everything on social media. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.